Hey there, I'm Patrick Franco. We're gonna look at Goddess Pose. Goddess Pose is a standing pose that really opens up the inner thighs and groins of both legs. Think extended side angle, where you have that front bent leg, where you're really lengthening and opening up the inner thigh, but instead of just doing that on one leg, you're gonna do it on both legs. Or even Warrior Two. Imagine having both legs bent out to the sides where you get a nice opening across your inner thighs and inner groins, and those outer hips are the stabilizing muscles that allow that to happen. So Goddess Pose is a standing pose that both strengthens and stretches some key components of the body. It stretches the inner thighs and inner groins. Also, the torso is lifted, so it does have some subtle elements of spinal extension, but it also strengthens and stabilizes the ankles and feet, the legs, the hamstring muscles, and those outer hips, those glute muscles that are really stabilizing the pelvis. And because it is an upright position, it does strengthen the abdominal muscles and the spinal muscles. So let's go ahead and take a look at Goddess Pose now. Again, as with most of these poses in this category, Warrior Two, triangle, extended side angle, peaceful warrior, we do start with the feet 3.5 to 4 feet wide. I'm gonna bring my hands to my hips so I can keep my chest upright. The key now is to turn your feet out in the same direction as your knees. So I'm gonna turn my toes out and I'm trying to line up my knees, the fronts of my ankles, and my feet. And then I bend my knees. Now, this is the shape in which the buttocks is going down, the inner thighs are lengthening towards the inner knees, and the chest is lifting upright. There's many different hand positions here. Sometimes we can place the hands in Namaskar. Sometimes you might see the arms in Urdhva Hastasana. Sometimes you might see the arms in eagle arms. So it depends. There's no classic way to do this position with the arms, but the legs are pretty much the same. The main thing that we need to watch out for in this shape is the same issue that comes up with Warrior Two and extended side angle with the front bent leg. If your inner thighs are tight and you're struggling with that, it's gonna pull your knees towards your big toe, which again will put this undue pressure on the medial side of your knee joint. So we have to be really mindful that the inner thighs are lengthening towards the knee and the knees are moving out towards the pinky toes. So let's see what that might look like. So we know the legs turn out, so there's an external rotation, and that will activate the glute muscles. And then the legs bend. Now, I want these inner thighs lengthening and I want to keep my knees out. But if I'm struggling, my knees start to do this. And this actually could be painful as well, so you might notice that. Or you can look down and say, I don't see my big toes. In which case, you can take your hands and move your inner thighs and knees out towards the pinky toe side of your feet and let these inner thighs lengthen. You can also place your hands on your hips as you do it to help upright your chest. All right, there we have it, Goddess Pose. It's a nice open hip standing pose, and it really lengthens those inner thighs and inner groins, and it stabilizes the glutes and the outer hips. We'll see you on the mat next time.